Welcome back to this deep biblical series where we're uncovering the very foundations of redemption. And let me tell you, tonight's message, it just might challenge everything you thought you knew about forgiveness. See, tonight, we are not discussing religion.
We are not discussing tradition.
No, tonight, we are confronting divine law. And this is serious. So let's begin. You have to understand there is a law. It's woven into the very fabric of the universe.
This law, it's older than Moses. It's older than Abraham. In fact, it's older than humanity itself.
And that law is this: without the shedding of blood, there is no remission. Now listen, that's not a suggestion, it's not a maybe, it's not a sometimes. It is an unbendable, absolute law. Without blood, there is no forgiveness.
And make no mistake, you cannot cry your way out of this. You can't serve your way out. You can't donate your way out. Because you see, sin isn't some simple mistake. In the eyes of heaven, it's treason. Treason against divine authority. And the penalty for treason is death. It all goes back to a fundamental, unbreakable principle. Life is in the blood. Think about it. When blood leaves the body, life leaves the body. So when sin entered the human story, death entered right along with it. Now, this isn't cruelty. This is consistency. God isn't emotional about justice. He is faithful to it. Okay, and this is the part where our human pride really starts to shake. Because what's our first instinct? We want to negotiate, right? We want to make a partial payment. We want to set up some kind of installment plan to work it off.
But let me be clear. Heaven does not operate on installments. The debt is life, and the payment, it must match the debt.
Yeah, but you might be thinking, I try to be a good person. And that's where we all go. But the question that echoes back from eternity is, good compared to who?
Are you comparing yourself to your neighbor? Because that's the human standard. But the divine standard, well, that's holiness. And holiness does not bend. You know, this is why animals were sacrificed in the Old Testament. Not because they were guilty, of course not. It's because their blood was a picture of substitution. But you have to understand, those were temporary measures. They covered sin, but they didn't remove it. They postponed judgment, but they didn't permanently satisfy it. There had to be a better blood.
And this right here, this is the crucial point. So listen carefully. God did not relax the law to make it easier for us. No, He fulfilled it Himself.
It's this beautiful, powerful collision. The law demanded blood, and love supplied that blood.
But it couldn't be just any blood. No, the qualifications were incredibly specific. It had to be innocent blood. It had to be uncontaminated blood. It had to be blood that wasn't touched by Adam's corruption. And that right there, that is why Jesus was so much more than just a good teacher. He wasn't just a prophet. He wasn't just a moral example. He was the substitute. So on that cross, justice wasn't swept under the rug. It was executed perfectly. The wrath that you and I deserved, it fell on the Lamb. Look, this isn't poetry. This is a divine transaction. Life for life, blood for blood. The debt paid in full. So when He cried out, "It is finished," He wasn't whispering in surrender. No, He was roaring in victory. It was a declaration of completion. The law had nothing left to demand. Okay, so what does this actually mean for us, for you and me? Well, just think about it for a second. If your forgiveness depends on your behavior, can you ever really be secure? If it depends on some ritual, can you ever be truly certain? But what if your forgiveness depends on blood that has already been shed? Then everything changes. Then your redemption is settled. It's finished. It is final.
Let's boil it all down to this one truth. You are not saved because you improved yourself. You are saved because someone bled for you. And honestly, that's why the cross is so offensive to our pride, because it's a declaration that we could not save ourselves, but heaven made a way.
So if this message stirred you, if it challenged you, or maybe awakened something deep inside you, please don't ignore that feeling. You know, this series is building step by step. We've confronted the cost of sin. Next, we go deeper into the mystery of the blood itself. So stay with the series. And as we close, ask yourself tonight, have you accepted the payment? We'll see you in the next message.